can you still get your US citizenship approved if you've been outside of the United States for 6 months or longer? This case, this client has been out for 2 years. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. But Grace and her team got it approved. I had no idea how she was able to win this case, but I have the entire case here with me. So let's review and enjoy her argument together. Let's go. Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm the managing partner here at Tsang and Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So the legal problem is that when you try to become a citizen, there's a requirement that you need to be continuously in the US, that you shouldn't leave the US for more than 6 months. And if you did, well then, chances are you abandoned the green card, or you might have broken your continuous residence and you need to wait additional 4 years plus 1 day, as they call it the 4-year and 1 day rule. You can look it up online. The worst case scenario is like you've been here for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then for one emergency reason, you were out for like 6 months, you come back in and suddenly you have to wait additional 4 years to qualify. It's a nightmare, and I've seen so many clients forced to do that. They file for the N-400 citizenship and it gets denied because of this one issue. And so I was just absolutely floored when I saw that this case was approved because the client was out for 2 trips, each one lasting way over 6 months. But somehow Grace did it. Grace won the argument. So let's take a look at it. What did she do? The first page just directly jumps into the issue. These are the dates that she traveled, and here's the reason. She wrote, on behalf of this client, we would like to strongly affirm that she has maintained a U.S. residency. According to the law, she did not quit her job and consistently sought employment in the United States. Her U.S. citizen family remained in the U.S. while she was abroad, and she did not seek or obtain other employment when she was abroad. I love this. I love this. You take the strongest proof, the strongest argument, and you put it right in the front, right? You want the officer to read this and don't even need to read the rest of the case to be able to understand exactly what happens and what is the case. Then the legal analysis. So that's where we do eye-racking, right? Issue, rule, analysis, conclusion. So the second page, all the law that's up there, this is what you need to fulfill. And what's really interesting is this law that I've looked at probably more times than I wish, it doesn't say if you leave the US for over 6 months, you cannot get your residency. It provides the option to prove that you did not intentionally abandon it, that you did not abandon it. It opens up the door. It's very similar to the green card requirement that you shouldn't be outside of the US for 6 months or over a year. But like all our other videos, if you've been out for 6 months, a year, 5 years, 7 years, our biggest case, 9 years, you can still provide a good enough reason, and officers have the discretion to make that adjudication on your behalf, right? And so the N-400 is just like that, except I've just encountered more officers than I can count that are not willing to give our clients the benefit of the doubt. That's the law. And then the applicant's history in the United States documented her entire journey from entering the US to getting the green card to being here. This is this client's entire life story encapsulated so the officer could see just within one paragraph who they are. You know, like they're not the type to just abandon, right? They spent their entire lives to get the green card. Why would they abandon it so easily? It must be extreme circumstance that had to keep her away, right? You whisper that, you don't directly say it. Then talking about COVID and why she had to leave, her personal family hardships. It's clean. I like the formatting. The exhibits are clear. It's all well substantiated. And then her continuous residence in the US. So after proving why she was temporarily abroad, why she had to be abroad, then how she maintained it. And then again, provided law documents with a beautiful chart showing exactly when she left, when she came back, what she did, and why this is her home. And in the conclusion, she is fully committed to resuming her path to citizenship, maintaining her life in the US. Client remains steadfastly committed to upholding her responsibilities and obligations as a lawful permanent resident and sincerely hopes to extend her roots and devotion to the country as a US citizen. That's poetry, man. That is poetry. George Washington couldn't have written it better. Grace is one of the best writers, and I love seeing her work, and she won a case that I couldn't. And so I'm so proud of her. If you have any questions about how to maintain continuous residence, even though you've been out for the US for 6 months or longer, feel free to reach out. Bye-bye.